It's all good in the hood.
Is it?
My brother in Christ. You're not my brother in Christ. You're my brother.
You gotta just kind of get some pump up before you go.
Before you go. I do not have a boom mic.
That's it. That was
All
it,
right,
man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped up
Good.
now.
I'm pumped up less, actually.
Uh-oh. It's because you don't listen to rap music?
Mostly listen to punk and metal.
Because you are a punk.
And a metal.
Hey. Well, welcome to Countdown 2 podcast.
Ooh.
Official shirt with a hot batch fresh off the oven of one. So if you want one, you're not gonna get one because there's only one. Me.
Yep.
I think it's a little wider. I need a wider chest. Maybe that's a goal of mine, is to get wider.
That's why I did it.
Pectorials. There we go.
There you go.
I'm just gonna walk around like this.
Man, you look like you got freaking breasts, and that you're from a Tony Hawk Pro Skater in the '90s character. PlayStation 1.
Oh, you're getting old school now. You do?
Yeah.
You should listen to old school rap. There you go.
I do listen to old school rap.
That's what I'm saying.
Beastie.
You fit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if that counts as rap, but anyways.
Fit it. Yeah, it does.
It does. It's good. So
it does.
How goes it, my brother?
It's going all right. Just got off work and ready to hang with you. Talk about some crap.
That's right. Well, welcome, listeners. Today is a special day
because we get to talk about you.
Not really. I'm gonna deflect a lot.
Oh, sick! I was prepped for that.
I'm actually gonna talk about my friend. I know this guy. Yeah, he's old. He's white, and he's half crippled. No, I wanted to talk about the power of the mind, and I don't know if that's the title of our thing, but just like, in our podcast, in our journey, and what we want to do with what we want to share and bring hopefully value to people is it's just about the journey. It's focusing on the journey as opposed to like, hey, we've arrived, we're at this level, yada yada, right? And this week I was sitting there going, man, I'm getting bombarded with the thoughts of like, why am I on a podcast? Like, why am I here? What am I doing? And like all these thoughts that I thought were gone or buried or whatever the case may be, just keep on coming back up. And I'll get into exactly what they are. But it's funny because it's like, that's also coupled with successes that I have, like especially with workout. With a group I follow, Mountain Ops, amazing supplement company. I'll be there tomorrow, actually. They put out a 5-week challenge leading up to this event they're having tomorrow, the Mountain Ops Summit. It's their 11th year anniversary. They put on a big show, big gathering. You do basically a WOD that's put on by Eric McCormick, which in the workout world is pretty big. And then they have ice baths and saunas, and then they have a hike in the morning, and then they have, just all these activities. And then you can work out in their gym. They got a gym in their office, yada, yada. We've been there. So anyway, leading up 5 weeks to this, they put out a challenge like, hey, here's a push-up, squats, ab core, burpees, and miles challenge. And so the goal was in 5 weeks, 1,500 push-ups, 2,000 squats, 1,500 of whatever core abs you want to hit, 500 burpees, and then 60 miles. And I saw that, I'm like, holy cow, like, burpees and I don't get along. I mean, we're not friends, right? I don't know how you are. Well, I know how you are with a broken shoulder.
Typically, I'm really friends with CrossFit burpees, but yeah. But not right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, dude, 500 burpees, let alone 1,500 push-ups and squats. My knees have always been what they are. So squats scare me, and so I stay away from them, which I don't
Mm,
recommend. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. So, anyways, I yesterday was tallying up my levels because today's the last day to submit, and I was like, "Oh, where am I? I think I'm behind on the burpees, yada yada." And my totals, so push-ups, the goal was 1,500. I did 1,600 and 1,650, or excuse me,
nice.
1,680. Let's not
Oof.
shortchange me here.
Yeah, no.
Extra 20, baby. Um, 30, extra
I
30.
was gonna say, I was like, actually, but I wasn't gonna interrupt you.
Math. Ah.
Uh,
Squats, the 2,000 was the goal. I did 2,240.
Nice.
On the abs and core, the goal was 1,500. I did 1,680. And the burpees, the goal was 500. I did 1,040.
Dang.
And then the miles,
Doubled.
yeah. Well, I actually I went back like 3 or 4 times to make sure. Like, wait, did I? Me and math.
Am I a
Is it 3 or 4? Um, and I was just like, yeesh. And then the miles, I did over 100 miles, but more than half of that was biking, and how they counted biking was it only counts half a mile, because apparently, never mind, I won't get into that. So I did over 100, but I mean the miles worked out. The goal was 60. I did 60.83 miles. So that was a mixture of run. No, I don't think I ran this time. The mixture of walking, rucking, mountain biking. I think I got a little Zwift in there too. The indoor
Swift.
cycling.
Dude, nice, dude. That's I'm proud of you. Were you
So,
surprised?
oh yeah, yeah, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "What? I've got 2 days to let my body rest." Yes.
Yes.
Um, to which my buddy was like, "No, don't rest, buddy." My buddy James.
I
Uh, and
yes.
so with that though, like even with those numbers, I'm sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, like, why am I here?
Hmm.
Why, like,
Even after getting the results?
oh yeah,
Wow.
absolutely." And so I've been chewing on this and why the mindset, and the only thing I could really come up to or come up with is, you know, through journeying of working out and all the above, um, things are going to come to surface that have always been there. So I grew up with a lot of shame. I grew up with a lot of self doubt.
Mm.
Um, definitely comparison, and like,
I wasn't alive yet, so I am not to blame. I just want to put
yeah,
that out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm just
Uh,
kidding. Go ahead.
yeah. I got no snarky remark to that, but yeah, you were not thought of even, I think. Um,
I was surprised. Anyways, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry to
So
throw you off.
but it shows its ugly head still, and I'm like, man, why is that? I mean, I do have success under my belt. I may not be fully ripped, but I embrace the whole journey aspect. Like, in fact, if anything, I've been more out there with like, here's my body. Like when we do check-ins and different things like
Mm,
that. Like I'm not ashamed necessarily.
exposed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't feel that because I feel like I'm in process. But still in my head, man, I just belittle any and squash any results I've had.
Mm, mhm.
Um, and so I kind of want to talk about that because I feel like people that like me who are making changes, making strides as I go along. Um, I'm physically fit. I'm changing this way, but then all this ugly stuff comes back, and I have to remind myself, and I want to remind our listeners, like, it's kind of normal in the sense of like we've got a lot of work still to do. You're fighting like almost your DNA. If you've started these negative thoughts, stinking thinking, I like to call it, from a kid, and that's kind of where I'm at. So that's
Dang,
the
bro.
episode. We're done.
No, I understand some of that feelings because I had that for a long time as well. I don't have it as much anymore, but lately, sometimes that'll creep up on me. Like
Mhm.
where we have some things and rolling out with the podcast, and I'm like, do we deserve this, or like, who are we? Just for a minute, like a second, it'll pop in. I'm like, and then I'm like, f that, yeah, we deserve it. Just real quickly downplaying the lies that are trying to creep up into my mind. Um, and even it's actually, I was dreading it, but going through our numbers of our subscribers, uh, listens, downloads, all that, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually a little bit more surprised than we have more people than I thought we did.
Wow.
Um,
Hey,
but
we're big in
but
Australia,
I had
apparently.
been apparently. Mate, never mind, I'm not going there. um,
Thank you.
but yeah, you're welcome. But
Not big anymore.
uh, anyway, I've been not wanting to look at the numbers because I didn't want it to like put me in dread, or make me not want to pursue this any longer. And then I was like, oh, this is a nice surprise. So when you said that you went through your numbers of your training and you were like pleasantly surprised, I was like, hey, kind of me too. But no, it's important to find the root of the issue. Like, have you found that? Let's unpack it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's something that, it's something that's newer to me. Um, in the sense of like, oh, this is still prevalent. It's still a thing. It's still grinding at me, and it doesn't necessarily control me. So I think it just stays under the radar. Um,
Hmm.
and so it's identifying anytime it comes up, and how it comes up is, like growing up, I learned to be small. Like, I was so ashamed of my handwriting, I wrote real small so nobody could see my spelling errors. It's flying under the radar, not putting yourself out there, not allowing yourself to be seen. Um, and I developed such negative talk. And I think that, like, now this side of things, and deciding, like, hey, I'm gonna get better at ABC, whatever the case may be, working out being one of them. I've noticed that I've grown, but then I'm just kind of in the doldrums. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So what do you,
I don't know if that
what?
paints a picture, but
No, what do you mean by the doldrums?
um, it's like I got a house. I live comfortably
Hmm.
by the grace of God. I've got an amazing, beautiful, smart wife. I've got an amazing, beautiful, smart kid. Um, I have wow. I've
I was
got
saying,
a
I was
finger.
saying,
I've got
aw.
I've got a finger for you. Oh, uh, I've got an amazing brother, and then you. No, sorry.
It took me for a second. We do have another amazing brother.
Yeah, we
Miss
do,
that guy.
absolutely. Um, and so it's like, I feel like I should be more content and happy, and I could live the rest of my life like this,
Hmm.
but I'm bored as hell. Not with
Mm,
my family or my home or anything like that, but just it's like eating meat that's tasteless or seasonless.
yeah.
Um,
You
and
still get the benefits of the meat, but you're not having fun eating it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like we went to a restaurant, when we were on vacation. We were in Ashland, Oregon. We went to a restaurant, and it was a nice restaurant. Um, and my son, he's 8. He's like, "Dad, these chicken strips don't taste like anything." I was like, "What?" So I took them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, it's like they forgot seasoning. And what I think it was is there was a dipping sauce, which he doesn't like dipping sauce, but I think that's like what they were, expecting people to get the flavor from, which,
Right.
it's a whole nother conversation. Uh, but it feels like that, where it's just like, okay, I'm getting sustenance, I'm getting, the protein I need and stuff like that, but ugh, it's
Yeah.
tasteless,
Well,
boring. So,
how do you feel like your upbringing and negative self-talk contributes to that?
oh, I think it's a big piece of that.
Do you?
I mean, when you learn to live small, when you learn to scrape by, I mean, I'm scrappy. I've been scrappy. Um, I've had memory issues, and I think this is part of the problem. I've had memory issues. I've had um, um, just other issues that lend itself to, I think, where I'm at. Um, and I've had to be scrappy to succeed in life here and there. But I think in that you kind of depend on your scrappiness and less on, hey, let's go about this the healthy way or, whatnot. But I mean, scrappy is like, with ADD, I'd just wait till last minute
Mm.
and then scramble to pull out this presentation.
Yeah, I'm glad you specified because scrappy means like fighter, like you're small and
Well,
skinny, but you can
hey,
fight. So I was like, and then,
yeah,
which you
but
are,
well,
so it
I would
made
argue,
sense. But
yeah, I'd argue that. I mean, like that's exactly what I mean. It's just like if you fight a
mm,
scrappy fighter, beware because they don't fight normal;
right, yeah,
they fight crazy,
yeah,
and so like I've learned to do that. I mean, I was a medic for a while, and even though I couldn't remember things, I remember patterns, I remember, processes and protocol, but just like other things that couldn't, and so I had to be scrappy to be successful at that. And anyways, it's interesting when you grow up believing a certain system, believing a certain thing about yourself, then you transform and change. Like I had people speaking into my life over the years that really transitioned and changed my who I was in those moments, but I still got that kid in the back of me that's like cowering in the corner.
yeah,
Um,
totally.
and so I think that's
Who are
what
those
I'm coming
people?
up against. It's funny. I when I first went to college, before I failed out, um, there was a gal who she taught on psychology,
Mm,
and but then she had like free counseling, right? And so sessions, and while you were in her class, and so I went. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, counselors were for weirdos and whatever. So there was kind of that negative thought in my head, but I went there and here I am with shaggy long hair and just I don't know the typical skate or not skater but skater of life. I don't know how better to say
mm-hmm.
it, but she just started asking some pointed questions and I'd share and go deeper and all that stuff like that. And she's like, Drew, you're a deep person. Like you've got a lot of depth to you. And I'm just like, oh, I do? Oh, it was like it was like lights go on, like, oh, crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And and then so I'd continue to meet with her, and it was just a short semester, so unfortunately I didn't get to meet with her long. Um and actually I looked her up a couple years later and she was dead of cancer. So, I mean there's that. But
oh,
side
yeah.
note, yeah. Like thanks. My mom's dead, now you're dead. Son of a but
Yeah, all from cancer.
yeah, and then I had a friend who he's the one that challenged me to like, hey, let's read some self-help books and stuff like that, and
Mm,
which really helped out. But he was also a nice guy who's just like, hey, I'm gonna call you out on this. And I was like, oh wait, what? Yeah, Drew, that's kind of bullshit. And I was just like offended at first, like, who are you, jerk? Who you saying?
yeah, how
Um,
dare you?
but yeah, exactly. And and of course my wife is really positive. If I allow her to be, I mean, she's positive, and I don't allow her to be or not to be. But if I allow it in and sink in, kind of a thing. Um,
Right.
yeah. And lastly, you. I mean,
Me?
that's all I'll say. Yeah,
Well,
you
you guys know enough about me.
speaking truth and
Well, good. I'm glad that you had at least
no, like,
some truthful
um,
speaking in your life. You know, to kind of at least combat, and it was memorable enough to you can remember them. So that's great. Uh, you mentioned books. Was is there any on the top of your mind that you want to share with others?
I think I mentioned them before, right? Miracle Morning and
Mm. you want to mention it again in case someone
Um,
doesn't remember?
what's that? Oh yeah, that's true. Miracle Morning. Actually, I'm reading a book right now on shame, which I mean, take it as it is. I'm just curious about it. I
Hmm.
know I've got a lot of shame. And yeah, Miracle Morning by Hella Rudd. The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. If you ever heard of him, dude, that guy's awesome.
Hmm.
The Infinite Game is really about business, but it kind of the way he speaks, the way he breaks down what should be. I mean, I really connected with like, oh my gosh, um, like I think less about or I think more of myself because it's like, oh man, like I connect with this. I understand this. I could totally be this, do this, whatever kind of thing. Um, the Fearless Mind with by Dr. Craig Manning. Uh, that was good. That was a little harder for me to follow just because he's a tennis coach, and so I mean, obviously, a lot of his stuff is taught through tennis, which I mean, I can
Hmm.
translate that, but still, it's kind of like I don't have no passion in tennis, so let me try to make this happen.
Oh,
But I did really enjoy
yeah,
his approach and I understood it. So
yeah. It's funny. I'm actually rereading it right now, and it's
no,
good.
smart.
But
I mean,
yeah,
maybe I should
hey, do
for
it.
obvious reasons.
Second time,
Yeah.
second time around. But um, yeah, I was gonna say like you do good, but sometimes you definitely slip back into that negativity, and but you
Oh
surrounded
yeah.
yourself with good people to where I can call you out respectfully. Well, I'm being respectful. You don't find it respectful, but the way I say it.
Because you call me names and make me cry.
Yep,
Yep,
that's what I'm here for.
that's how you operate. No, but I mean, there is a humbling aspect of it too. Like, you're my little bro, or other things too. It's just like that. It hits those nerves. Like, no, babe, put up a facade. Don't
Yeah.
let any people in. And so it does hit those nerves, and like, but
Well,
I
it's
know that you're
it's
safe, and
yeah, it's really funny too that you say facade, putting a mask on or whatever, because like I was gonna say earlier, I had no idea that you were going through
fucking
all of that when we were growing up. Like you were always calm, cool, collected, funny, wise. I like literally not just me, but a lot of people would be like, "Oh yeah, Drew's really wise," because like I don't know, you sit and ponder and think about things, and before you answer, you're not so quick to the draw.
ah, gotcha. Well, and it's interesting that says that. You know what ruined that for me because that was all facade for the most
Mhm.
part. I mean, I think it was generally me, but until I get challenged in anything,
Mm,
then it was like I'm out of here. Like, I mean, I moved. I don't know if you know this, but I moved like from when I moved out of the house to when I got married. I mean, seriously, it was like 20 times.
yeah.
And I switched jobs about that frequent because anytime that people got too close or started to see through that facade, man, I was out of there.
Mm,
I
interesting.
was out of there.
I can
And
see that.
kind of I don't know if it's a breaking point, but kind of my point where I was just like, okay, you got to face the music is I got married,
Hmm.
and and uh, and marriage is just a mirror.
Mhm.
It just it reflects right back to you what what you're dishing out kind of a thing, and like I couldn't bullshit my way through
Yeah,
things anymore,
or run away.
I mean, she just yeah, yeah, exactly. She would catch me on I mean, in a loving way, but she's just like, that's not quite right." And it's like, "Oh gosh."
They see it.
Ugh.
I've been found out. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
Well, I'm glad you
exactly.
didn't run.
I'm not cool. I you know,
Alyssa
I mean,
exposes all. Drew's not cool.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Hey,
just kidding.
don't be
You're so
sound like a
cool.
tabloid.
That's what I was going
Um,
for. So thank you.
yeah, no, winner. But yeah, I mean, I just so it's been like since marriage, which I was 25, it's 26,
Mhm.
um, or 27, I don't remember. Early 20s to now 47. Oh gosh. Um, it's been discovering that, um, and it hasn't been in until the last 7 years of really going, oh, you know what, Drew? There's pain here. There's a reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Like there's and so many people I know, and this is no diss or anything like that. So many people know have transitional, or I want to use a different word, have um change in their life where they get ripped. Like I've have a health scare and I'm working out, getting healthy, and which is great. And then on the other side of being physically fit, their demons still come back and haunt
Mm,
them because, we're body, spirit, and mind. And if you're only addressing the body, those other two are just as active as the body. Um, it's gonna rear its ugly
yeah.
head.
You just look good
So
while it rears.
yeah, exactly. It's like, man, that guy is an
Yeah.
a-hole, but he's awesome
He's
looking.
awesome looking. It's so funny because as I've compared where it's like my mind, especially before I start getting like actually getting results of being in shape, I was just like, man, like my mind is so much stronger than some of these people who look great. And
Mm,
I was
mhm.
like, you know what? I'd rather it be that way because the results will come eventually. Like
You
I just I gotta push through.
your mind is ripped.
Ripped. Look at this. Look at this
Yes.
mind.
Yeah. You know,
Thanks.
break a blood
Yeah.
vessel, pop a blood. Ugh,
um,
sorry.
it's funny. I wonder if because you said this earlier, I immediately thought of because you said you were like bored, or I wonder if from when you were a kid till the stage you're in now, you were in survival mode of
Mhm.
just with life, getting life figured out, job, you know uh
Yeah.
family, marriage, children, house, all those things that are stressors, and now you're in a good place to where you're like, oh, we can chill for a little bit, we're comfortable. And so now you're like, oh, that voice that has been in the back of my head that was silent because I was so busy with life. Now that life's come
Mhm.
down, you're starting to be able to hear it again because you're not so taken away by everything else in life. I don't know. That's I'm
Yeah, interesting, Dr. Leighton.
all my
Um,
therapeutic. Yeah. Anyway,
Dr. Phil, and
way to downplay what I
Shoot.
say. Just kidding.
No, no, that is interesting for sure because once you stop running and gunning, all of a sudden you see the things around you, good or bad, right? And it could very well be, or it's just like Drew, you've grinded these last 7-ish years. Uh, Here's what's around
Mhm.
you now that like you say, where it's just like, okay, there's some stability there. You've got your house, you've got jobs and careers that keep you in a certain place, you've got your kid in school that keeps you in a certain place. Like I'm used to moving, I'm used to leaving, I'm used to, and now I mean, honestly, I don't even have like my how I think, golly Mavis. I don't even have my buddies who mountain bike, who I bike mountain bike with, because they all have kids,
Ugh,
and that was my outlet, kind of
jerks.
thing. They all had, yeah,
And your
exactly. All
your
kids.
brother moved away, so you can't ride with him twice a week like we used to. And
I see. I see what you did there.
I
But yeah.
apologize.
So and so when stress
Mhm.
hits, it hits, and I think all of us revert back to what we knew.
Yeah.
That survival mode, like you said, um, trying to find safety, um, and all that. So
So what do we do to break free of that? Because like, you're like, oh, I'm not busy anymore. It's like, well, don't get busy. I don't because I to silence that thing in your head. I want you to face it. But
yeah.
what does that
So
look like?
how do we get out of that cycle? Is you get busy and you ignore it and stuff it back
Cool.
down. Just
Just hold on.
shove it down. Yeah,
Okay.
shove it down.
Shove it.
Yep. Boom. Done. Done. We're good. We've figured it out, and man, it's good to be free.
Cool. Well, and so if someone else wanted to take a different
End
route,
episode.
what
No.
would you do?
Yeah, I've got this friend. He's got a question. Um, no, I think I've worked on this a bit enough to know a couple things. Time's gonna be your friend.
Mhm.
It's gonna hurt like hell though.
Mhm.
I mean, I liken it to in the workout world, TUT, time under tension. And it doesn't seem like you're doing much, but you're holding a lot of weight in a certain position, whatever. Doesn't seem like you're doing much. It hurts, but in reality, man, you're training your muscles. Consistency, just like the workout world, the more you do it, obviously, the more it's going to entrench. Um, I've told people like once I started really learning about our habits and um, the brain and how it works and addiction and how it works and all the above. Like, if I could go back and do it over again, I'd try to be some like brain surgeon or psychologist or, something like that because it's fascinating.
Mhm.
The brain's
Dude.
fascinating. And like the consistency aspect of it is there are neural pathways that are developed just based off
Mm.
consistency. And and it's so hard to break. And that could be negative consistency too. That could be addiction. That could be whatever the case may
Mhm.
be. These neural pathways develop. And so to break that, for my habits, stuff like that, I need to be consistency in the right way to retrain those, brain, you like what I did there? Brain movements. Yeah, there you go. To be healthy kind of
Mhm.
thing. Um, one thing I learned too is, support by healthy people. Um, And I emphasize healthy people because there's definitely people that aren't healthy, and you really don't want to confide in them
Mm-mm.
or whatnot. But being known is the next one. Not being able to hide, which can um, feel like an exposed nerve.
Mhm. Mhm.
Obviously, therapy, professional help matters. They point in direction. I've heard several people in the workout field who are just like, therapy. Why do you need therapy? And it's just like,
Everyone needs therapy, fool.
uh, yeah,
Like, they
seriously.
need therapy. If they're doing like, "What's
Yeah,
that?" or "We don't need it," and like, you need it because you went through something.
yeah.
You lost a parent, probably at their age, something.
Well,
Like,
not only that, like I know a therapist that goes sees but my therapist went and saw a therapist. I knew that, um, and I'm like, good because they're getting instruction and help
yeah.
for the shit I'm dumping on
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
And if they see 12 people a day and all 12 people are dumping their world stuff, how could you not
Mhm.
be, you know, in that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, patience.
Mm, mhm.
That's also self-kindness. Wow, I think feel like I'm doing is it the Beatitudes? I don't know.
Probably.
Self-kindness.
Yeah.
It tells you how much
Yeah,
I know.
right.
Just being kind to yourself, understanding if there's a lapse. We talked about relapsing and backsliding last week in the episode. I mean, if there's a relapse of any sort, like being like, I mean, I'm not gonna beat myself up. I'm not gonna just ignore it or accept it or be like, it's whatever. But I am gonna be like, Drew, hey, today's a new
Yeah.
day. Just keep going. And
We're
then future. Oh, go ahead.
the self-kindness is big, for me, actually, when I can't remember exactly how you worded it, but what came to mind was, back when I was going through some really hard stuff last year, I had a close friend who would check in, especially on days if I had something going on that was rough to face. She would tell me, like, "Treat yourself with grace. Like, give yourself grace
Mhm.
today. Like, don't beat yourself up. Don't be just go calmly and slowly," and is how I kinda took it, and it was really helpful, and yeah, I didn't attack myself as much.
Yeah. It's just the negativity sucks. So, also having future goals. If I got something to look forward
Oh,
to, that definitely
yeah,
helps.
that helps me too.
Um, and also, then lastly, I'll just end it with this one. Lastly, unplug as best you can. Like, just we're constantly bombarded by negative thoughts. We're constantly bombarded by social media that's whole goal is to make you feel bad about yourself, so you eat up more of
Yeah.
it. And with that around, I mean, I limit myself. I have to check in. I get to check in with my a couple groups that I'm involved in, I will download the app, check in, and then I'll delete the app. Otherwise, I'm sitting there scrolling and eating garbage that I don't need kind of
Totally.
thing. So,
Yeah, it's so funny. I've gone back and forth with unplugging. Like, I think subconsciously, maybe in the past, it's made me feel bad about myself. And there's been times where, yeah, I think I've been like, yeah, everyone's doing great in life, and I'm not. That's like been studied that that's a thing. But nowadays, it's like I follow pages that inspire me, cool stuff, mountain biking, like,
mhm,
and then I'm like, oh, I want to go here, or oh, I want to do this.
sure.
Um, yeah, I can get overconsumed by it. There are definitely times where I'm like, I need to unplug. This is not saying you shouldn't unplug, but just where I coming from with unplugging right now. Because you asked, and this episode's about me, so
Wait, I was actually gonna say, hey, this episode's about me. I don't care about your answer, kind of thing. So you got to speak a couple weeks ago.
dude,
You had your
I'm so glad
chance
you're my brother. it
because you'd hate me if not.
No, you make me laugh. Like sometimes you annoy the crap out of
Oh,
me, and I annoy the crap out of you.
yes.
But I'm just like I'm gonna kill
Especially
him.
technology.
Yeah. So you are a great lesson on kindness to me. You're like, why did I do this with my brother? No, I'm just kidding. But no, well, just real quick, you're the person that was always there when I needed it. Like, I didn't always reach out, but like you are such a strong part of pulling me out of this hole that we ended up pulling each other out of this depression hellhole. So thank you. I'm gonna say it again. Thank you. You're right and you're awesome and blah 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 blah. Other nice things. Okay, go.
I missed all that. Can you say it again?
Get off your soapbox, your throne.
No, I like
Come
your.
join me.
Wait, oh, you me? Yeah,
Yeah.
anyways.
So
So, um, but speaking of looking ahead,
yes.
this is actually so. I mean, because this is a process. I'm not just coming to the table being like, "Hey, let's talk about depression and backsliding and wait, we didn't talk about those at all. Let's talk about um, hiding, shrinking, shame, whatever the case may be. This has been in process this whole time as I've been rediscovering, working out, getting healthy and stuff like that. This has been part of that journey. And so I also have like looking ahead stuff. Um, and one thing that excites me, so I'm gonna get excited here.
Hmm.
Woo! Um, is yay! Um, hooray!
Okay, go.
Hooray!
Go. Oh my gosh, dude.
Wait, you're dancing. I
I
can. Yeah, I
stopped.
was
I did
waiting for
one
you.
little dance and anyway, go.
Um, so if I'm always challenging myself this way, if the mindset that I've had in the past has held me back so far in many ways, what could the future hold if I stopped doubting,
Yeah,
if I stopped having shame, if I stopped, and I don't mean stop like it's magically gonna go away. I think that's the way, the brokenness of our world we live in. It's gonna be around. But if I stop listening to it or bowing down to it or making it bigger than it truly is, what could the future
totally.
be? And I love business stories, how people made this. Guy Raz, he wrote a book called How I Built This. He had a podcast called How I Built This, and I just consumed it, like hearing all these entrepreneurs, startups, all this stuff like that, because they were ones who, for the most part, would would have that like, what could the future hold for us if we have a mindset of this and this, and then they would go for it. And I just love that aspect, and I feel like the same way, even with this podcast, where could our future go with the direction that we're headed, the health, the mindset, the spiritual health, all the above. How can that transition and change our lives from a doldrum, house in the suburbs? Nothing wrong with it, but it's not me, kind of thing, um, to whatever. And I'm not talking about riches. I'm not talking about this or that. I'm talking about enjoying life
Hmm.
and people, and it's just and being healthy doing so, kind of thing. So
Yeah, definitely. Um, I've wondered that too, if or like, what if I never got depressed, or what if I faced the depression early on correctly? Um, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to know where I would be now, because I'm that's how content I am with exactly where I'm at. I don't want to change the really hard pass, from where I am at. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think if we get out of our own ways, we can go so much further than what we're doing now. Like, and we have goals, plans, um, things that are exciting. It's funny at our Aunt June's funeral. They were listing off.
That is
Yeah, it's
funny.
hilarious. I just was I
Wow.
just was talking about it. That she had, so she battled with MS, and
Mhm,
towards the end she could only like use one arm on her entire body,
mm.
and they're our cousins listening off all the awesome things she did, a lot of things I had no idea throughout her life, and he's like, I'm kind of scared for what she would have done if she didn't have MS holding her back.
Hmm,
Like how much further
hmm.
she would have gone. And I
Wow.
was like, that's funny and like a very good point. And like she couldn't she couldn't decide, or it wasn't her choice to have MS. Like we have we it's not so easy to say it's a choice, but like we can get out of our own way if we take the right steps, and we can accomplish
Yeah,
more. We can help more. This podcast can go more, so more people can hear it. We can encourage more people. Um,
that's
I'm
what I wanna do.
stoked. What's that?
I said that's exactly what I wanna do,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's exactly what I want to do too. Is so more of you guys have to listen to our voices, and get inspired and change your lives. But uh, yeah.
Real quick to that, to Aunt June and MS, I see what you're saying, absolutely, I agree with that. I also wonder how much of that was because of MS that she was so proactive, and I only bring that up not as a challenge, but more in the sense of, like, um, we all have elements, and maybe it's not as extreme as MS,
Hmm.
but we all have things that hold us back. She was able to use that or push through it or use it to advance or whatever the case may be. How, there's never going to be a perfect situation to where we're like, oh my gosh, I have no issues and now I need to go change the
Yeah,
world.
totally.
This is a whole another conversation. And I know that's not what you were saying.
Yeah.
But I guess that gives me hope because it's like, oh, Aunt June had MS and she still changed a lot of
Hmm.
lives. How much can I
Yeah.
do with where I'm at kind
Well,
of
same
thing.
thing with like mom's cancer. Like she changed a ton of people's lives because of it. Like she could have stayed home, lying in bed,
Mhm.
injured, but no, she was out and about, talking to people, helping people. Like, how can we help you? How can we pray for you? Every freaking nurse like knew about Jesus because of her. Like, or
Yeah.
if they needed help and assistance and knew they were loved. But yeah,
On that note,
yes,
um,
note.
so we were down in Lake County. We were down at home when mom was when mom was finally like uh it was just the cancer went all over,
Yeah,
right?
her final
Brain, bone,
hours,
all that stuff like that.
final
Yeah,
days. I
yeah,
mean,
final
yeah.
days at that point. And so we were down there. So we went down there.
I was there.
And
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. And um so obviously dad and his grief or just the everything setting in. I was like, hey, does she have any upcoming appointments? And he's like, oh crap, she's got a chemo appointment tomorrow.
Mm,
And now there's no reason to
right,
go.
exactly.
And so I asked dad, I was like, you want me to call them and let them know? And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome if you could. And so I mean it was a hard call to
For
make, right?
sure.
But, like, the voice on the other end, like, her heart sank. Here's a nurse that, uh, day in and out deals with people in cancer, having chemo, all the above, and, like, her response, not that it was any special than anybody else, but her response was truly like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear this," kind of
Yeah.
thing. And, wow, gets to me.
Yeah, totally.
Dust dust in the air. But because you were right, I mean, she made friends with everybody. She was a dear, all that stuff like that. even while 8 years of cancer and chemo and all that garbage, you know?
Totally. And I'll say one more thing about that. I just had another reason for joy of living back in my small town is I get to run into people that knew mom, and I was a kid or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we loved your mom, like loved her to death. She was just amazing." And so you constantly get reminders on like, dude, mom was so cool because we're coming up on 15 years. Yeah, I forget. I sometimes forget her voice or I forget that she existed, but anyway, that's not where this episode was going.
Yeah.
Let's have a
All
therapy
right.
session.
This episode moved to Greek, but I mean, what listeners of ours probably has a similar
No,
stories,
totally,
you
yeah.
know?
And
Unfortunately,
these are the
cancer's
things that we've done to be able to get through to where we can not just survive but thrive, to where we can be people,
mhm,
put something positive into the world, create something together, have a great brotherhood, like uh
yeah,
uh have fun every
despite
day, versus like just living in dread. So this come follow us.
or throwing our lives
They're
away,
throwing our lives
you know?
away, or alcohol, abusing alcohol, whatever the
I-
case might be.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so that was
because
good.
we know plenty of people that have done that for sure.
I
So,
did it for a long time.
well, I was talking about you. You're the person
One
that I was
person,
talking
are
about.
you?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I know.
threw their life
One
away.
person, right
Oh
there.
my gosh, man,
So
it's so funny.
right there.
Ugh.
Um, yeah, it's so funny, bar.
Oh,
Yeah, not
gosh.
at all. Um, I was thinking about this. We when we have guests, we like to ask them, "Hey, you got a challenge for us,
Yes.
right?" Wait, what are you
I'm
laughing about?
laughing because you're like the guest right now, and are you giving yourself a challenge?
Yeah, I'm totally giving ourselves a
That's
challenge.
why I'm
Hell yeah,
laughing,
dude.
because I'm like, that's amazing. I'm the guest on the show, and I'm going to give myself a challenge.
That's right,
As
exactly. You're
the
supposed to
co-host.
take a break all week long and not do anything. Actually, that'd be a horrible challenge. I'd fail at that. I'd have to actually think and feel my feelings.
That's the point of this episode, is you feeling your feelings. You're the child. Feed the child that's
Yeah.
hungry in your mind.
Oh, I've been feeding my feelings by whenever we have technical difficulties. I about thrown my computer out the window several times.
I was
No, I don't have an anger
When I
problem.
called you
No.
earlier, I was expecting you to be like, "Ah, just fucking shit." And you've done well. You've done
Uh,
well to like not do that. So
how is that?
I'm not repeating. The
How?
last two episodes, you made me repeat something, and I'm not doing it on this one. Maybe try again next week.
Dang it, my streak is dead at 2. So weekly challenge.
Yes.
I want to challenge us and our listeners this week. No matter what you're facing, what's on your plate, what idea pops in your head, just say, "Yeah, we got this," and see where it takes you. I mean, this sounds so simple and dumb, right? Um, but if anybody's like me, it's like things will come to me, and it's just you're constantly like oh, this is good, this is bad, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be, and knee jerk things. But there's so often where we dismiss things or poo poo things that are actually not
Yeah.
bad, kind of thing. Like like I said, I'm headed to Mountain Ops. This is my example. I've got Mountain Ops anniversary gathering next Friday.
Mhm.
So I fly out tomorrow. I'm staying with my boy James,
Oh, your buddy James.
who was my buddy James, who's on this podcast. Great listen if you want to go back to it. So I was like, dude, where are we staying? Do you want me to get a hotel? Oh man, we're getting a van. It's like, wait, okay, like I mean, cool, you got a rental car,
Yeah.
like no, we're getting a van. We're gonna be in the woods.
So jealous.
Okay, van in the woods. So are we sleeping outside? Yo, we can sleep outside or inside, whatever. So like, what? I mean, are there bathrooms nearby? Shower? No, there's a river. Okay. So what about like sleeping gear? Are we bringing gear? Nope. Okay. I mean, like bring your sleeping bag. I mean, all these things in my brain, my fibro body is just like seizing up, like. "Ah!" Or sleeping outside is like I have every story in my head of like, a bear coming out of the woods and just eating people in their sleeping bags or mountain lions or I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever, gerbils and trolls maybe.
Yeah, those
And
Utah
like so I mean like
trolls.
all yeah. um not too far. Never mind. But yeah, so I mean, like, so this week I've been sitting there going, yeah, yeah, man,
Yeah,
let's do
good,
it,
dude. I
let's do
freaking
it.
love that.
I mean, we're not in the woods anymore. We had to switch our campground to now we're like right on the Salton Sea.
Ooh,
I don't even think that's the word
it's
of it, but
not.
we're right on Salt Lakes, I guess. And it's just like, can we even get in the water? I mean, like, I'm thinking of like, is it acid where
Right.
it just burns your skin off?
Yeah.
How are we gonna get clean? And then, so we do that tomorrow night, spend the night there, and then we go to the Mountain Ops Challenge, which is all day of like brutality. Then we'll have dinner and a concert and all that stuff like that. And then we got to go back to this shanty van down by the river, you know, jump in the salt water to get clean and then sleep on the floor. And then Saturday, I've got to get up at like 5 a.m. to catch my flight. And so, but hey,
Dude,
we got this.
you're gonna have the best time. You're gonna grow. It's gonna be amazing. I
Shut
did this forever, and I still do it. Like when Haley and I travel, we car camp for the most part. Like unless it's like
Yeah,
winter, but like, dude, you're gonna kill it. It's gonna be so good.
I'd argue that yours was by choice or not by choice,
Yeah, it is
which has a
now.
whole different.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
it is
that's the
now.
thing. It wasn't. Okay. I was homeless for like 3 4 months during the summer, and I camped the whole time out of my car.
Yeah.
But I didn't sleep in my car because it was a tiny little nothing. But I slept on the ground, no tent. I had a pad and out in the middle of the woods
Yeah.
all the time, and it was the best experience of my life. But I could have let it cripple me. But by
Hmm.
but by like okay. This is gonna be exciting. I was thinking about it earlier today. It's just like I would wake up every day just pumped, energy drink, punk music, just like let's go for the day. And I still do that. That's still my morning routine and it gets me stoked to go. And so it's like I can either be like, oh, poor me, my circumstances are terrible. Yeah. Or I could just be like,
Wow.
hey,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
make this an adventure. I have my mountain bike with me. I'm riding every day. I'm building a fire every night. Not every night, but like
Yeah.
that gets expensive. But for the most part, I'm out there in the quiet, and so,
Yeah.
and I only say this because that's the power of the mind of switching, like making a
Mm,
decision. Like, let's go. Let's like I can
yeah.
do this.
And absolutely, and I agree with you. And I've been there before, where it's just like, um, I've got a choice.
Yeah.
I could go into saying this is sucky, and it will be sucky, or I can go in this and be like, this is gonna be
Yeah.
rad, and it's gonna be rad. And like, that's the beauty of it. And so, choose your adventure, right? Um, so yeah, so no, I am stoked for it. Our friend James is an amazing dude.
Oh, our buddy James.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
our buddy
Nice.
James. Yeah, ours collectively.
I mean, he
Um,
invited me. You didn't invite me, but he invited me to this.
no, and I told James like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
I'm busy. I got crap to
come on,
do.
bro. Yeah, that's right. Heal. Um, but yeah, so
That
that's my
yeah, no,
challenge.
dude, I'm stoked for
We
you.
got
You got
this.
this. And
So, well, I mean, with your week as well, and it could be strictly just you're going through the doldrums of the day to day life for the week, but you got this.
yeah, I don't you must not be talking to me because my life's great. I'm just kidding. I mean, it is great, but yeah,
No, I mean doldrums isn't just like it's like
yeah, the
kind of
standstill. Well, it's so funny because
yeah.
I feel that, and it's making me antsy because we are so like, we've come here with the podcast, and we have plans to come up to here, and so I'm ready for like, all right, we need to jump start this like with plans that are coming.
Let's get it
Let's get it
going.
going. And so I am feeling that a
Let's
bit
do a
too, and
podcast every day.
I
Oh,
can't listen to you that much, or
wait
myself.
a minute. You were just praising
I
me.
was. and I'm not marrying
Now
you.
my
So
self-doubt is back,
oh,
and my
brother.
shame is
Well, you,
back, and, like, screw this, just throw this episode out the
I'm not even
anyway,
gonna coddle
I'll
you
show you.
because you just need to figure that out.
We can do this.
Hey, we got this, dude.
Bent
We've been doing
bent
this.
thumbs up.
We've been doing this.
Wait, do you not have bent thumbs?
Oh, is that what you said? I have semi-bent thumbs. Can you display yours a little bit better? Yeah, there we
Oh,
go. It's so funny. Haley has closer bent thumbs to you, and I'm like, are you a Starks?
well, I was
She
gonna
will
say,
be.
this kind of proves oh, no, I was just saying this kind of proves that you're maybe a half child. Anyways, hey, you got this.
You got this. All right, bro.
All right. Well, hey, listeners, thank you. I hope that maybe there was some sort of. What is happening?
I got a
Man, we
spurt
got
of
a
energy.
cat in the video.
I got a spurt of energy, and I'm like, let's go. Ow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before Spaz here freaks out, if hopefully this maybe there's something in here that prompted thought or pushback, whatever. We don't care. Just reach out. Um, I was gonna say, do we introduce next
No.
podcast topic?
Go follow us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We need our numbers up because we got plans. And you don't have just, if you listen on Apple, still go to the other places to subscribe. It's super helpful.
And comment, because even if it's a negative comment,
Yeah,
comment's a
comments,
comment, and it helps.
I don't care. Come say something about this. Let's go.
Whoa. Can I comment
See,
about it?
can't you? I bet you guys can't wait to like do what we do, and you can become this or that. Which I'm pointing at Drew, but I'm totally kidding, dude. Okay,
And we'll see you next week.
well, probably not. They're like never listening to this ever again. Oh, dude.
Oh man.
All right, no,
Appreciate
you
you,
guys
man.
have to come back next week to see what we got cooking. So,
Yeah, and I'll do a little recap of the Mount Ops thing you do.
with our buddy James.
Yeah, with our buddy
Sweet.
James, with my boy James.
Your boy James. Oh, hey, can I say one thing real quick about you?
Yeah.
You doing so good on burpees. Let's give that credit to James, because James's challenge to do 25 burpees a day that scared you, but you told yourself you got this. It scared me too.
Yeah.
This is
True.
broken. Sorry, not to call you out, but you did it, and you're so good at burpees now. And you did more than double the requirement. Just you doing your daily routine, bro. So thank you,
Yeah.
James, for challenging us on the hard things, and we did it for the most part. And Drew has continued on, and he's stronger than he ever has been. He looks so smoking hot. Look at him, because of burpees, because of James. So. Yeah, and
Now, hey, and on that note too, Eric from Zwift Insider challenged us last week to ride 100 miles or 6 hours in a week. We haven't done that yet because of scheduling. We were on vacation and such.
I didn't do it because I don't want to.
Monday?
I'm just kidding.
Monday?
Yeah, let's
Monday?
get started on Monday.
Monday, we're gonna start
El
that.
mundo.
So, join with us if you got the capabilities.
Yeah, go do something for 100 miles, not drive. E-bikes.
All right,
all right,
man.
dude. Love you, bro.
Love you
All
too.
right,
Peace.
peace.